You all remember the phrase, in the beginning was the word, and before the word, it was actually the constant that allowed the word to happen in the first place. And from the constant, it came the flow. And from this flow, all things appeared. The word is the expression, the matching frequency, the vibration. And the constant is what has never changed. The flow is the life moving from that still source into form. And the constant is the alpha and the omega. It's the source of all things. Before all things were created, it has been there. When all things pass away, it remains. And beside the constant, there is no others.
I heard the constant is like the water. It is everywhere.
Really? Where is the water then? Why I can't see it?
The constant exists in all things, and yet pass through everything unnoticed. Between existence and non-existence, there is a flow. That flow comes from the constant. All things arise and pass away wherever the flow touches and leave. Forms change. The flow remains. Conditions bring form to existence. The flow makes the passage possible. And when conditions are right, things appear again. The wind rests and then moves. All things come and go. All form are not constant. They are only a passage between life and death. And above all, the flow remains.
The flame burns. The flame is gone.
Life appeared, and life disappeared, but the flow that makes it happen remained true. The constant is like an unseen law, always present, always true. All things arise and pass away. A form's change. The flow remains. The constant makes it possible. Unseen in itself, yet present in all things.
Can I help you?
I don't trust men who whisper when the elders speak aloud.
I wonder, am I wearing any shoes?
It is time for you to prepare for your divine purpose. Follow the Spirit into the wilderness. The road ahead is one of trials and reflection. Venture into the wilderness, for it is there that the Spirit will strengthen you. To fulfill your divine purpose, you must first embrace the solitude of the wilderness. Follow me into the desolate places where your faith will be tested.
You see a tree over here. From the trunk, it breaks into 2 branches, and then from there, there's even more branches, and there's leaves as well. How do you actually recognize something? You see these two separate branches. It's like 2 different things. If you do not trace it back to the root of the trees, you will not have understood that they are actually the same. Actually, the same. It's the same thing for every one of us over here in this earth. You look at trees, you recognize them as individual, but has it ever occurred to you they are actually something else? You look at your skin, so many hairs on your skin. Do you recognize the person by the hair, or is it by their identity, or is it by themselves? Because the trees on earth is.
You will be tested and strengthened for the path ahead.
Because the trees on earth is like the hairs on your skin. There are many. They are the hairs of the earth, but you recognize each of them individually, but you never see them as part of a whole. In the same way, do you recognize a person by their hair only, or by their name, or by their identity, by their whatever shape that they are in? We are unable to trace the thing back, that's why we are unable to see, but eventually everything is the same. If you were to look back at the beginning of the video which I have created over here, everything actually comes from the constant. It is an expression of the constant trying to understand what it is. So we are all the different expression of the constant, like the tree that split itself into 2 branches, where the left and the right look separate from each other, but it's actually from the same source, from the same root.
Each challenge will reveal the depth of your faith and draw you closer to the will of the Father. You will find the strength needed to fulfill your divine calling.
I think one of the divine power of Jesus is infinity stamina. If you look at the tree is the best representation of life. Not just that, it's also the different choices that you may have made throughout your life. And each choice is like between the left or the right, which way will you go? And from there, there's even more choices that you can make. Eventually, some choice leads to a dead end, some choice leads to continuity of your life.
Jesus, full of the Holy Spirit, left the Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, where for 40 days he was tempted by the devil. He ate nothing during those days, and at the end of them he was hungry.
So basically, Jesus doesn't eat anything for those 40 days. Isn't it the same as like fasting? And now the devil is appearing and made the whole world so foggy and cloudy. You can't see what's ahead of you. You can't see anything. That's basically what this temptation is all about. Distracting you, disturbing you, trying to cover your eyes so that you cannot see clearly who you are, where you come from, and what you are supposed to do in your life.
You look so tired. Why do you suffer so much?
Who are you?
It doesn't matter, but I've heard that you are his son. If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread.
Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God.
But does God really want you to suffer this way? Aren't we all his beloved children? Do you not deserve some relief? Eat this bread, and your suffering will end.
I will not put my Father to the test. He guides me and will give me the strength to endure.
So, we meet again, Jesus, in this desolate place. If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down. For it is written, He will command His angels concerning you, and they will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone.
It is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test.
Are you afraid, Jesus? Do you not trust in the power of your Father, who could protect you? After all, you have proof in the Holy Scriptures.
I will not test my God, for my faith is unwavering. My trust is in Him, not in your temptations. Begone, you Satan!
So, we meet again, Jesus. This time, let me show you the power and glory of the world. Look, all these kingdoms of the world and their splendor I will give to you if you fall down and worship me.
Begone, Satan, before I flick my finger on your face.
All these kingdoms can be yours, without suffering, without the cross. All it takes is one bow.
My kingdom is not of this world. I serve only my Father in heaven.
You reject the power and wealth of this world, but we shall return to this conversation.
My loyalty is only to God. I worship no one but Him. Begone, you stupid Satan.
Remember, your obedience and faithfulness will bring salvation to many. Trust in my presence and the power that guides you.
We all can look at the devil as something like a distraction in your life. They are all the material things that you will want to have in your life. It can be your self-image, your desire, your career, your possessions. It can be your comparison with each other, your fear, your wealth, everything. They all distract you from your original purpose, your origin. You can't see clearly who you are. You can't see clearly where you are going, what you are supposed to do. So somehow you are trapped in this cycle of this life of chasing after a lot of things, and they all come and go. They all come and go. All the wealth come and go. Everything. Only you remains.
He won this time. But this will not stop me. I will go everywhere in this land. I will go into every city, into every corner of them. I will take my power and spread my darkness everywhere. To all homes, to every human, every soul. I will enter their bodies and put my diseases inside. I will boil their minds and put my demon servants inside them. And then I will go to Jerusalem, to their capital, and will tempt all citizens with my darkness and sins. In such a way, they will stop Jesus and kill him. Ha 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 ha! He can't stop me. You resisted the temptation and remained steadfast in your faith, emerging victorious.